A very bad day at the office for Chelsea, defeated by Sheffield United by 3-0 as we welcome in Frank Leboeuf and Stevie Nicol. Stevie, it wasn't just the scoreline, but just the manner of the performance that would concern me if I was a Chelsea fan today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about lacklustre and lacking any sort of passion and drive or any flowing movement. I mean, just absolutely nothing. And you know, I've got to say, I think this is down to the players. You know, as a coach, I think Frank tried everything. You know, he's tried all kinds of partnerships at centre-back, and regardless of who he pairs, it's just a disaster. And as far as attacking's going, when things are not working out, he's not scared to change it, as he did today. He even ended up with Giroud up front and Tammy Abraham. So I think this is all down to the players. You talk about not turning up, and how can you not turn up against a team that every single other Premier League team knows the one thing you're going to get from them is commitment and fight. And so for Chelsea's players not to show at least the same commitment and fight, I think is absolutely down to them and not down to Frank's coaching.
Wait, this is a little bit contradictory, isn't it, Stevie? Because if this was Manchester United and Solskjaer, we'd be slamming him and saying, look, come on, he's got to lift his game. But because it's Frank Lampard, he gets a pass. Surely it's his job, isn't it, to motivate the players for this big game?
Wait a second. No. Listen, when we were blasting Manchester United, it was because of performance after performance after performance of not being committed. You can't say that about Chelsea. And as I said, you know, it's not something you don't know going into a game against Sheffield United that they're going to be committed. And so yes, the manager, no question, will tell them that before the game. But once the game starts, it's then up to the players to follow through and show at least the same commitment. That's down to the players. They didn't do that.
Frank?
Yeah, I don't even know where to start because I agree with Stevie. I think the players are completely responsible. Of course, the coach is, we can say that he didn't pick the right team, but you know that you have many games to play still, and you have to turn some players to make sure that everybody's going to be fit. But when you see Jorginho's game today, but also Pulisic, Mount, Willian, where they have to give the pace of the game, especially against Sheffield United, they weren't committed at all. You know, Willian is a fantastic player, and we've been saying that for the last couple of weeks, that he's been really the leaders, and he should stay maybe to Chelsea. When I see Willian there, and after 10 minutes, you know that you can't get anything from him when he has that kind of behavior. When I see Mount not kicking the ball on the first goal of Sheffield United, I mean, that drives me nuts, you know. When I see Rudiger on the third goal, you know, I don't know what he's doing. They don't want to kick the ball in the stand. They want to, be nice, be Barcelona or Manchester City. I don't know. No, you're not. You're not that type of player. Kick the ball away, you know. Make sure that everything is cleared. I was very upset with the fact that Azpilicueta played on the left side. That's maybe the thing that I can say to Frank Lampard. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. It doesn't work. It doesn't bring anything to Azpilicueta. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't bring anything to Chelsea. And when Alonso came in the second half, I think it was much better. But everybody at Chelsea was bad. I didn't see a player doing great. Yes, Giroud, he came, and after 10 minutes he had 2 chances to score, where Abraham had only 1 in 75 minutes. So it's a commitment that you have to be that you have questioned from the players, especially when you play against Sheffield. One thing you have to say when you talk about that, you have to talk about Sheffield and how they played, how they committed, how technically, tactically, and physically they were up to that game, and they gave a lesson of commitment, as said TV, to Chelsea players. How do you have to end up a Premier League game or Premier League championship that you have to give 100%? And Sheffield United gave everything very smartly, I have to say.
Where do we stand on Chelsea's top 4 chances now, Stevie? Obviously, 3 games to go for them. They got Norwich, they got Wolves, they've got Liverpool.
I think 6 points out of those 3 games will be enough, and that means that No question, they'll beat Norwich. I mean, surely to goodness. And if they don't beat Norwich, they don't deserve to be in the top 4. The Liverpool game, I wouldn't put any money on them beating Liverpool. So really for me, their top 4 comes down to the last game against Wolves. And the truth is, you know, when Frank took this job, there wasn't many, including myself, that thought he was going to last that long. He was taking over a team that was struggling. They had a transfer ban.
They weren't struggling that much, Stevie. What? They finished 3rd last year and won the Europa League. They lost Eden Hazard. Apart from that, you got all the same players. I think to say that they were struggling is stretching it.
Come on.
What?
Come on and tell me who thought he was going to keep them in the top 4. But it wasn't one of us.
But tell me who else thought we were going to see Tottenham fall the way they did. The Arsenal performance, the United in the first half of the season.
Hold on. That's not the question. The question is, not one of us said he'd finish in the top 4.
Hey,
not one of us.
But at the break,
he's going to come down.
At the break,
he's going to come down. If you'll listen, he's going to come down to one game against Wolves for him to get in the top 4. Then you have to say it's a success.
But it's not a success if it doesn't happen, considering the advantage that he had over those chasing packs at the break.
So you want to talk about Amsterdam's now?
Well, we'll see.
If it doesn't,
we'll have that discussion afterwards.
Happen,
but you've got to be concerned
that
Frank Lampard, who was put on this pedestal and has come in and done great, and with the youth and everything, and I completely accept that, but he was exposed today, and that wasn't for the first time that we've seen him in games not able to get a reaction from his team.
He wasn't exposed today. I'm not having that. This is absolutely down to the players. No question. He absolutely did everything he could to change this game with the substitutions and the changes at the back, the changes up the front. He did everything possible as a coach to do that. And you can't turn around and say, with probably one game to go, well, if this and if that. It's a fact. The fact is, if he gets 6 points from the remaining 3 games, he will be in the top 4, and that will be a success from when he took over, according to all of us who said he couldn't put him in the top 4.
The issue, obviously, that he has, Frank, is the fact that it looks like the Court of Arbitration are going to take away Manchester City's ban from the Champions League. That is certainly what rumours are suggesting, which meaning it will be top 4. Are you on the same page as Stevie regarding the fact you win 2 of those 3 games, you're good for the Champions League next season?
Yes. I think that if they win the Norwich and the last game against the Wolves, yeah, they're going to be in the Champions League. And I will support Stevie in the comment where I think we're going to judge Frank next season, where he's going to be he's going to lead the team, where he's going to buy some players. Then he's going to be judged. But this season, what he did, and especially if he qualifies for the Champions League, we have nothing to complain about. As Chelsea fans, but also as talents, we can't say anything. It's been a success because, again, as Stevie said, we didn't expect that.
Okay, meanwhile, let's check out what else happened in the Premier League. We saw...
Oh, he doesn't like that, Frank. Well,
what would you like me to do, Stevie?
Well, we just...
If you're
going to make an argument, at least make it a proper one.
No, I think my argument is that we're talking about the fact that it was all doom and gloom for Chelsea going into this season, where they only really lost Eden Hazard, and what he's done has been exceptional. But I think at the end of the day, if he didn't make it into the Champions League, given the position that he was in, I think you'd have to seriously...
So we thought it was going to be doom and gloom, but then he's been exceptional, but it's going to be a failure if he doesn't get in the top 4.
I didn't say it's going to be a failure, but given the position that he was in, it'll be hugely disappointed if Chelsea didn't make it into the Champions League. Correct?
Of course we'll be disappointed.
Oh, there we are then. Right.
Disappointed. Correct.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.